Good morning. We are the Unitarian Universalist Church in Meriden and the Mattituck Unitarian Universalist Society, working together to advance our shared values of spiritual growth and advancing the cause of social justice in a community of trust and mutuality. I'm Christine Edelson, working together with Jeff May, our producer this morning, and Lynne Grobsky, who will be our worship leader. There's a lot going on right now, so keep up with what's happening by visiting our websites, web pages, and Facebook pages frequently. You can also sign up for weekly newsletters. Right after this service, there will be coffee hour, so make sure you join us. Thank you.
morning. Please join me in the prayer to light our chalice. Though you have been warned and given plenty of explanations, reasons to do otherwise, you have persisted to claim a life of joy and justice and to carve out this time for renewal of your own heart, despite the din demanding your attention, luring you towards fear and cynicism. You persist with gratitude for this day, this life that has been given, this chance to begin again, despite all the forces of fragmentation, the disappointing ways we fail each other, fail ourselves. We must refuse to let grief undo us or to let our dreams get lost along the way. In spite of all the evidence, we keep showing up at the edge of our own longing. And then we keep going, remembering this duty we have to life. In a greater sense, this duty we have to each other, our children and their children. This hope that is also a choice we make, this promise we fight for, to persist in kindness, to persevere in compassion, and prevail in a life that is bound entirely to love. Come, let us worship together.
There was a lizard who lived on a rock. He was very happy living on his rock. All day long, Lizard would sing, "Soli, soli, soli, rock is my home. Soli, 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 rock is my home." One day, a bear saw him sitting on the rock and heard him singing. She wondered why Lizard was so happy. So she asked him, "Why are you so happy?" Well, Lizard said he was happy because he was at home and the rock was just a great place to live. "Oh," said Bear. And she went back to her home and thought, "Oh, I wish I knew that song so I would be as happy as Lizard." The next day, Bear went back to Lizard's rock. She asked Lizard to teach her the song. Lizard said he would be really happy to teach her the song, and he sang again, "Zoli, zoli, zoli, rock is my home. Zoli, 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 rock is my home." And that made Bear feel really good again. And she went home, but on the way, she forgot the song. The next day, she went back to Lizard and asked him if he would teach her the song again. Lizard said he would be really happy to teach her the song again. And so he sang, "Zoli, zoli, zoli, rock is my home. Zoli, 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 rock is my home. Again, Bear went home, and she forgot the song. So she went back to Lizard one more time. And this time, Lizard was sound asleep on his warm rock in the sunshine. What could Bear do? So she decided to pick him up and put him in a bag. Then she could take Lizard to her home. And after his nap, he could teach her the song. Well, on the way home, Lizard woke up. He didn't know where he was, and he decided to sing his song because he was really scared and he just didn't know what to do. So, and as a way to become less frightened, he started to sing, Zoli, 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 rock is my home. Zoli, 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 rock is my home. Well, when Bear got home, she opened the bag. Where are we? Said Lizard. Oh, this is my home, said Bear. I'm sorry if I scared you when I brought you here. Well, now that Lizard saw that Bear didn't live on a rock, he understood why Bear couldn't learn the song. And he told Bear that she couldn't learn the song because she didn't live on a rock. Bear was really disappointed. But, said Lizard, I can make you a song that you can learn and remember. And so he sang, Zoli, 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 cave is my home. Zoli, 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 cave is my home. Oh, Bear learned the song very easily now, and she was very happy. Thank you.
This summer, I was at Bridgeport Hospital for 11 weeks doing chaplaincy training. We were required to do 4 on-call shifts, where we were the only chaplain to cover the whole hospital for 24 hours. During one of my shifts, I was called to the emergency department. I walk into the trauma room to find the trauma team desperately trying to resuscitate a young man. Apparently, he had driven his motorcycle into the side of a car and T-boned it. They worked feverishly for 3 or 4 minutes. The room was chaos. The doctor announced the time of death and said, turn off that alarm. And that is when I spoke up. In my best loud ministerial voice, I said, let us pause to honor the life of this young man and to honor the valiant efforts of you nurses and doctors. Soon the family arrived. I supported them in their grief as the doctor told them that their loved one had died. I supported them in their grief as I took them to see the body afterward. Well, this month's theme is renewal, and my experience in the trauma room that night stayed with me for days. The next day I was emotional and easily triggered, causing an issue with my boyfriend. We usually associate renewal with rebirth, starting fresh, making something new again. How does the spiritual practice of letting go bring renewal? I certainly needed to let go of my trauma room experience. According to Meister Eckhart, the German theologian and mystic, here you should know that true detachment is nothing other than this. The spirit stands as immovable in all the assaults of joy or sorrow, honor, disgrace or shame, as a mountain of lead stands immovable against a small wind. This immovable detachment brings about in man the greatest similarity to God. End quote. Immovable detachment to me means that I am centered, balanced, the observer. I am walking the tightrope. If I get pulled off, it's because I am no longer the observer. I'm allowing my energy to be expended in ways that don't serve me. In my chaplaincy training, I had many opportunities to practice detachment with mixed results. The suffering I saw in visits with patients was at times overwhelming. I needed to let go on deeper levels than previously in my life. When I got pulled into a patient's suffering, I got depleted. I learned years ago that detachment doesn't mean I care less. I used the following statements as journal prompts, and I even had it on my refrigerator. This is Letting Go, and the author is unknown. To let go does not mean to stop caring. It means I can't do it for someone else. To let go is not to cut myself off. It's the realization that I can't control another. To let go is to not enable, but to allow learning from natural consequences. To let go is to admit powerlessness, which means the outcome is not in my hands. To let go is not to try to change or blame another. It's to make the most of myself. To let go is not to care for, but to care about. To let go is not to fix, but to be supportive. To let go is not to judge, but to allow another to be a human being. To let go is not to be in the middle arranging all the outcomes, but to allow others to affect their destinies. To let go is not to be protective. It's to permit another to face reality. To let go is not to deny, but to accept. To let go is not to nag, scold, or argue, but instead to search out my own shortcomings and correct them. To let go is not to adjust everything to my desires, but to take each day as it comes and cherish myself in it. To let go is not to criticize and regulate anybody, but to try to become what I dream I can be. To let go is not to regret the past, but to grow and live for the future. To let go is to fear less and love more. Had I not worked on detachment, I would not have been able to move my son into a group home, and I would not be here today. Ram Dass, in his book Polishing the Mirror, writes, conscious aging has to do with letting go, which allows you to come into the present moment, into spirit. Hold on tightly, let go lightly. Making believe you are done with something you are not truly finished with will slow you down in your journey to God. Equally, trying to hold on to something you are done with will slow your journey. How do you get on with it? You give up the things that don't get you to God. What do you give up? It's not just material stuff. It's also the way you identify yourself, how you feel about yourself. For instance, give up your unworthiness. Don't analyze it, just give it up. Keep giving up your guilt, your anger, and your preoccupation with your own melodrama. It's just a melodrama, a soap opera. Don't you already know how it comes out? There is a guided meditation in the book Being True to Life, Poetic Paths to Personal Growth by David Richo that uses the metaphor of a waterfall in letting go. I would like to share that with you now. You trust your body automatically to bring in what you need and to let go of what you do not need. And you're trusting that your psyche does the same thing. You are letting go of that which you no longer need, through every cell of your body, even though there's something within you that says, I've got to hold on to this for dear life. Now you're trusting that what may happen in this visualization. You're looking back at some of the things in life that you've lost, that you've had to let go of, and you're allowing, in this moment, that it all be all right. You know life can't be just breathing in, just collecting and holding on. It has to include the out-breath, the letting go. You're aware, with thanks, of the gifts that have come through relationships, through family life, through friends, through careers, all that you've appreciated and enjoyed, the things you have let in and still keep. You also have let things go. And all of this now feels equal on your journey. Holding on or letting go, moving on or staying still. All of this is the same, just one full breath of life, both in and out. You picture yourself now sitting by a waterfall. You see the water cascading in the sunlight. It continually lets go of any single position. It's allowing itself to fall through the air with no support and to splash into the pool below, then into rivulets, then streams, and ultimately back to the ocean. You're looking in wonder at this cascade. You love the ease with which the water allows itself to go, allows itself to fall. You can understand the word fall, the utter letting go, making no attempt to stop itself, the letting go that creates power. The power of the waterfall is in the falling. You say, my power is in the letting go of my usual position. My power is in dropping through the air, and as I let go, I find more power. As the water lets go, it creates power. As I let go, I create power for myself, the power to move on to what comes next in my life. Now you see yourself sitting or standing, dancing, drinking, splashing under the waterfall. You are allowing yourself to get wet. Doing what you want to do, to be part of the scene, to let water happen to you. You're standing by, under, or within this waterfall. You hear yourself singing to the waters. Because you've let go, I can receive you. Because you didn't hold on, a gift has been given to me. Because you didn't hold back, I have received something that helps me live these purifying falls, these waters of rebirth. And you're saying to yourself, when I let go, I let myself live. When I don't hold back, I receive a gift and give one too. When I let myself fall, when I give up my ego's stubborn position, my rigidity, I find something new in life. I keep allowing this to happen. I'm through with holding back. I'm through with having to maintain a fixed image of myself. I'm through with having to be right. I'm through with having to be justified or vindicated. I'm through with having to be sure I act as others expect. Now I have no one left to blame, no one left to be better than, no one left that has to validate me, no one left that has to prop me up. I'm letting go of all that, trusting as the water does. If I fall, I live, I go on. If I hold back, I stagnate. I choose life. I feel myself more and more in contact with a source of living water inside me. It rises like a spring and falls like a waterfall. It's happening inside me now, and I trust it. There will always be a spring of water rising, and there will always be a falling of water, just as there will always be a spring season and a fall season. I allow this. I love this. This is my power, my inner spring, and my inner fall, all okay within me. I trust they will always be there, or rather here, already here now. I thank the waterfall for all it has taught me today. I would like to close with the following poem, Blessing in the Storm by Reverend Jan Richardson. I cannot claim to still the storm that has seized you, cannot calm the waves that wash through your soul, that break against your fierce and aching heart. But I will wade into these waters, will stand with you in this storm, will say peace to you in the waves, peace to you in the winds, peace to you in every moment that finds you still within the storm. For this meditation, I invite you to close your eyes. Take some deep breaths, filling your lower abdomen with air. On your exhale, releasing what no longer serves you in this moment. Inhaling, filling your abdomen. Exhaling, releasing what no longer serves you. Helping your body to relax. Allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears. All the muscles in your legs, let go. The muscles in your arms, your hands, relax. The muscles in your back, relax. Taking a few more deep breaths. Feeling your brain settle into a more meditative state, allowing your thoughts to float by like clouds in the sky. I invite you to go back to your waterfall. See the water falling. Feel the power of the falling water. See the splash as it hits the pool below. Feel the spray upon your face. Thinking back in your life to all that you have let go of to make room for the new. Is there anything you are ready to let go of now? Is there anything in your life that is no longer serving you? Let it go, just like the waterfall. My toning is with the intention of helping you to let go of what no longer serves you.
We
And when you are ready, you may wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. The song is entitled Rise and Awake. This is one of the songs that the ladies at the Women's Sacred Singing Circle in Meriden used to sing. I will sing it through several times. Please join me as you feel comfortable or able. Rise, rise now and awake. Awaken from your slumber. Come to remember who you are, who you are. Rise, rise now and awake. Awaken from your slumber. Come to remember who you are, who you are. Rise, rise now and awake. Awaken from your slumber. Come to remember who you are, who you are. Rise, rise now and awake. Awaken from your slumber. Come to remember who you are, who you are. Rise, rise now and awake. Awaken from your slumber. Come to remember who you are, who you are.
This time of pandemic has been financially difficult for a lot of people. Some are members of our congregations. Some are members of the communities that our congregations serve in the greater Woodbury and the greater Meriden areas. If you could do so, please give generously by donating online or sending checks to the church. During this time, we need your support more than ever. You make a difference with every dollar you donate. We assist those struggling with financial stress, food insecurity, immigration, and unemployment. Thank you for your generosity. The need is great.
Though the flame of our chalice is extinguished, the flame of our chalice lives on in our hearts, helping us connect to one another, even in these difficult times, and helping us connect to ourselves, to our heart. May the flame of your chalice in your heart shine brightly.
Missing your friends? Interested in maybe making the acquaintance of some new ones? Why not join us for coffee in the Joint Congregation's virtual coffee hour? It's held in the MUUS Zoom room. The address for that Zoom room is on your screen and will be on the chat windows in our Facebook pages. Please join us.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Go in peace, beloveds.